During the hard lockdown last year, many people scaled back on their car insurance because they weren't driving as often. The country is currently in lockdown level 1 and many people are preparing to travel over Easter. The South African Insurance Association is urging consumers to take another look at their cover. The association is also calling on drivers to ensure their cars are roadworthy. I'm joined via Zoom by CEO Vivian Pearson. Vivian, thanks very much for speaking to us. Do we know what percentage of vehicle owners scaled back their insurance during the past year while they may have been driving less due to the lockdown?
Hi, Anli, and also to all the viewers. I don't have those figures with me, but we do know that people, and in fact, we also urged policyholders rather to scale down if it is an affordability issue than cancelling your policies. We are also aware that some people may have been very much affected financially by the COVID-19 restrictions and the pandemic. And therefore, had to take measures. So I believe it's good to have cover, and it is especially important to ahead of the Easter holidays and maybe traveling on the roads, which is a high risk normally during Easter holidays, to just see what cover you have in place. And what you will be covered for.
So what are some of the practical things that you are advising people to do in terms of the broader cover and roadworthiness?
So firstly, I think it is important to make sure that your payments are up to date and that your cover is in place. Secondly, there are things that may be very relevant if one is planning on traveling a long distance and maybe sharing the driving between different drivers. Make sure that those drivers are named drivers and that you will be covered. There's also something, other things that would be very helpful, that could become very helpful on your travels, and that is to find out whether your cover includes roadside assistance. Many policies do cover roadside assistance. And it would be very, very helpful, to take those details with you, the contact details especially. One never knows, when you might need something like that.
Insurance is a grudge purchase, unfortunately, but very few of us think about how it can also be a form of financial security. Tell us more.
Yes, it certainly is a form of financial security. One's car is usually one of one's biggest assets. And if it is at risk, it is at risk every day. But during an increased risky period, such as the Easter holidays, when lots and lots of other cars will also be traveling on the same roads, it's just another peace of mind and something that will ensure that if anything happens to you on that road or to your car, that you won't come back after the holidays in a worse financial position than you were before you left.
Some people might be thinking, well, it's next weekend, that's probably not enough time. Can those who have let their cover lapse or might have scaled back, do they still have enough time to fix those issues?
Yes, firstly, I think one first needs to find out. And it is always a good idea to just have a quick chat with your insurance company or your broker, find out what are you covered for and what not, and then look if there are any gaps, and see if you can make arrangements to change that.
Well, thank you very much. That was the South African Insurance Association CEO, Vivian Pearson.